Okay, hi guys. We are here with Megan Cardwell. She is a doctoral student at the university here in Lincoln. And can you tell us a little bit about you and your family, but then also talk about what you're studying, and then we're going to talk about siblings, and it doesn't matter if they're multicultural. So take it away.
Yes, so as Jessica said, my name is Megan. I am in the Department of Communication Studies here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And exactly right, I grew up in a multiracial family. My dad's Black, my mom's white, and I have a number of lovely siblings that I'm obsessed with. And kind of my multicultural background and the way I felt growing up sparked my research interests when I got into my master's. So I primarily study race, multi-ethnic racial identity, race and racisms, especially as that manifests in the family and how we communicate race, especially during these times when race is particularly important, confusing, and important to be discussing within our families.
Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, we definitely need to have you back to talk about that, because that is a hot topic that we've been discussing in our parenting group, and it would be nice to hear from somebody with your experience as well. So tell us a little bit about the siblings chat.
Yes, so I've been able to study multiracial siblings because, again, my siblings kind of sparked this interest. My older sister kind of taught me what it was to be a Black woman. And I have an identical twin sister who I learned from. We all kind of expressed our identity differently. So I was like, hey, maybe there's something here. A lot of our research on multiracial families and transracial adoption families focus on parent and child socialization. But I was like, what about siblings? How are our siblings affecting our racial identities? So I kind of dived into this. I interviewed a bunch of multiracial people on their sibling experiences. And I found a number of interesting things. One being that a lot of multiracial siblings don't even identify the same in terms of their race and ethnicity. So race and ethnicity really changes throughout our life course anyways. At some points I identify as Black, at other points I identify as multiracial. It develops and it's constantly changing, even from day to day. So siblings are identifying differently anyways. So sibling relationships, just because you don't have a sibling that's not, the exact same race as you, doesn't mean that you don't have a shared experience, doesn't mean that nobody can understand you. These siblings really talk to each other about race and ethnicity. They are important in the development process, but you can foster these sibling relationships with other children. It's all about highlighting that similar shared experiences. What about us is similar? What can we have open conversations about? How can I find pieces of me that are similar in every different kind of person? So just because I don't have a sibling that's the exact same racial composition as me doesn't mean that we can't have that close sibling bond in which we have open discussions about race and ethnicity. Doesn't mean that I don't have friends that are also adopted and are of a different racial composition as their family members. So it's all about highlighting that similar experience.
Awesome. Awesome. Is there anything else that you want to add about it?
I guess I would say that we need to be more willing to make connections with all different kinds of people. And that's consistently something that I hear from multiracial adults, especially, is that I just wanted more information. I just want more information from my parents, from my grandparents, from friends, from family. I want to be able to have these open discussions, and that always makes the experience better. So I think open discussion is what's most important here. And open relationships can be kind of fostered and supported by saying, in what ways are we similar? In what ways are we different? And how can we keep talking about it?
Awesome. So this might be a tricky question. What about somebody who doesn't have a sibling? Just like, people who adopted transracially, they have one child. They also have the same issues with identifying the same way. Is there anything that you can speak to about that?
I think exactly what you're doing in the parenting group is what's really important, right? Bringing children together and saying, hey, you have a similar family experience. Maybe you have a similar family construction story. Maybe you have similar family origin stories or similar feelings about what it's like to navigate your family. So, exactly what parents are doing in this parenting groups are taking their children to camps, finding children who might have some similar experience, I think is important.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I actually am adopted myself. And my dad, he is a writer, has always been a writer. And when I was young, he noticed that I liked to do that. So he would make me like write 1,000 words a day. And so then I became a writer. And we always joke about how I got it from him, even though, you know, he's not my biological father. So I do think that you can really um, build, you know, a common place together when you identify things like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And we construct our identities in a lot of different ways. And we have other salient identities, right? You are a writer, and that's something that's just as important as other pieces of your identity. So if we can highlight among groups of children that, hey, you're all really good at this similar thing, that's something you have in common, to remind them that there are other ways that you are very similar to different people and that you can bond over that, is another way to kind of build up that identity in ways that maybe do not speak specifically to race and ethnicity, but help children find kind of their place in their people.
Right. Despite what color they are, they can just connect. Right. That's awesome. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to add?
That's just about it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I'll put Megan's information at the bottom in case we have questions. And like I said, we're going to have her back again because she's full of awesome, awesome information. So thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you.